Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ezinne Williams. How are you all doing? Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are fine. If you're new to my channel, you know what to do. Kindly click on the subscription button, click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Okay, so on today's episode 10 of the Big Brother Naija reunion, it was a continuation. Like, this is like a continuation of what happened yesterday. It was just the girls in the house, Esther, Jackie, Mercy, Tacha, Telma, Venita, Ella, and Diane. Yeah, Diane actually joined them, but later on they were joined also by NK and Cindy. Okay, so they were talking about the friendship. Today was basically about Nelson, Frodd, Esther, Diane, Mercy. Yes, that's what today was basically about. So it was a big calm, really nothing. The only time we really had like some kind of flaring of voices was when Tacha and Venita were talking about, they talked about gossip, but we'll get to that much later on. And I still have gist for you guys concerning Jackie. You will not believe what Jackie's ex-boyfriend actually did. But before then, people of God, have you checked out Jenny Axel's, I don't know if it's Excel or Excel, anyone, have you checked out her YouTube channel? She's one of us, people of God. Please go show her love, please go support her. I'll drop the link to her channel in the description box. Thank you very much. Okay guys, so they started talking about the friendship between Diane and Esther, and Esther was talking about her relationship with Diane and Mercy. She said she was friends with Diane, and the thing was, Mercy and Diane were friends, but she and Diane were friends first. Then Mercy became Diane's friend. Then, of course, she had to talk to Mercy and all that. So, she said that when they were cool, they were all cool and all that. But at some point, she realized feeling like she was imposing on Diane and Mercy's friendship because they were like very, very close. We all saw that. And that when she came out of the house and she heard she saw some of the things that Mercy and Diane said about her, like it was off for her, in her own language. She said it was off, like she was friends with these people, the only time that Mercy had a conversation with her was just once. Like, couldn't they, like, tell her what was up and all that, and they started talking about Nelson. Yes, Nelson and Frodd were the bone of contention today. So you all know in the house that at some point, in fact, let me just say it, at some point, Diane liked Nelson. I can even say he was like one of the, like, if not the only person that Diane really, really liked, because there was a time she liked Toyo too, So, according to what Mercy said today, she said when she and Diane and Esther were talking, so Diane now said she liked Nelson. And the next thing, Esther was now hanging out with Nelson, like, kilo day. Don't you know about the girl code and all that? And Esther on her own was saying, okay, the thing is that Nelson was like the only guy she vibed with in the house, and, that was because she felt she was also imposing on Mercy and Diane's friendship because they do everything together, and so initially she didn't really like Nelson, according to her. Nelson will come and ask her, who do you like in the house? And she'll be like, no one. And she too, she will ask Nelson, who do you like? Nelson sometimes will say nobody, sometimes he will say the person has gone out of the house. Basically, Nelson never actually told her he liked Diane. But now the thing is, your girl liked this guy, right? But anyways, the guy never really liked Diane. So let's be fair to Esther in that case. So Mercy was like, you know what? But you actually knew that Diane liked this guy, and you still went ahead, And Ebuka asked Esther, do you think that, that whole discussion that Mercy and Diane had in the garden regarding trust to you, not trusting you, did you think at some point that affected your friendship with them outside the house? She was like, no, but initially when she saw it, she was hurt, but then she came out like way before them, so they are cool, but they are not as cool as they would have been if the thing did not happen. So Ibu kind of asked Mercy, okay, why was that discussion? She was not like, the thing is that what's her name? Esther was like that kind of girl that because of a guy, she would just leave her girls. She did it first with Nelson, And then when Nelson left, then Frodd came into the picture. She did the same thing. So she just felt she could not be trusted. So they talked about it, and Esther was like, okay, she's a defensive person, but she's not the kind of person that will like involve like, you know those kind of girls that when they find man, they'll just hop everything into the man and then leave her friends. That she's not that kind of a girl, but she's the kind of person that keeps her friends close and all that, but she never really got the opportunity to do it before she left the house. So from them, people of God, they went on a commercial break, and when they came back, people of God, it was now Diane's turn to talk. Hey, people of God, Diane said, that everything that happened, she blames Nelson, that she doesn't actually blame Esther, that she's a girl's girl, that everything this kind of situation, that is the man that is at fault. People was like, must the man be at fault? She was not like, now, because it's Nelson. Boy, me, I'm not thinking, how is that Nelson's fault for choosing Esther and not Diane? Anyways, but the thing is, Diane said that she was hurt that by what Esther did, that whenever she sees Esther and Nelson, doing lovey-dovey things, it would be as if somebody is, using something and be hitting her heart. I know that kind of feeling, people of God. I'm not gonna lie, I can't stand it. I know that kind of a feeling, but then she has to go through it, that even when Nelson was evicted from the house, that she was like, Kai, God, thank you so much, that everything has aligned to her favor, that the stars have aligned to her favor and all that. So they now started talking about Esther and Frodd. Hey, God, see, Frodd might cry this night though. I don't know why Esther likes making Frodd cry, because people of God, as they were not talking about Frodd and Esther now, so Mercy was like, she doesn't think that there was a feeling, because Frodd has always been approaching Esther, and Esther has always been choosing Nelson. So immediately Nelson left, and Frodd got veto power, which Esther said is not true, but later we now realize it was when Frodd got head of house. Then Esther just switched. Like, everybody was surprised, like, why? Like, you didn't really like this guy, and we all saw it in the house, and Jackie was like, several times she talked to Frodd, leave this guy, leave this girl now, you are disgracing our Igbo brothers now, leave this girl. The girl says she don't want you, so why are you still going on with this? But Esther said that it wasn't like that with time she got to like, then initially she didn't really like Frodd and all that, but then she started spending time with him when Nelson left, so she was not using him as they were trying to make her feel they were using him, so then I asked Venita what she thought or what she thinks about this whole situation, and Venita was like that initially she didn't think that there was anything that has to do with Esther using Frodo, but when she said when her headlight was like, something is wrong here, it was when they had that kiss. Esther was not like, excuse me, let me correct you, I did not kiss Frodd. Hey, that was when I said, hey, this girl wants to make Frodd cry this night too. Hey, people of God. Esther was not like, I did not kiss Frodd. But Vanessa was like, babe, but now your mouth and his mouth joined now. What happened? She now said it was a group agreement. I was not like, hey, now, wow. So that kiss was not even real. So, wait though, Frodd knew that kiss was not real, that it was an agreement. And he now went to, hey, Frodd, he now went to the diary session to go and tell Big Brother that he got his kiss finally. And we're rejoicing for Frodd. Hey, Esther did not try. Anyway, that's what Esther said. She revealed it, that the case was not a mutual something. It was an agreement by the group because of the fashion show and all that. So Vanessa now started talking about Frodd. That when Frodd came to her, that she had to let him know that she had a man outside, that it was new. I'm like, hey, sister. Hey, I did not see that one. No, I did not see that one. Then she was not like, when Frodd now, she was not talking to Frodd, and Frodd was not like, why are you telling me all this? Do you like me? And she was like, hey, Frodd has forced my hand. That if her friends hear it, that like Frodd has disappointed her, that Frodd has done this. I'm not like, is this a different version of Big Brother? Because I watched what happened. It was almost as if, correct me if I'm wrong, people of God, but it was almost as if Venita liked Frodd. Yeah, or Frodd, I don't know, really, but what she said about telling Frodd about she having a man outside the house and all that, I don't know about that anyways, but that's what happened, people of God. And then it was now time for them to play a game. Yes, that was after they went on a commercial break. So Ebuka asked them some questions. They gave them a board to write about, to give an answer to the question that Ebuka is going to ask them. So the first question they asked them was, who do you trust the least? Cindy said Esther, and Venita didn't really say anybody. She was like, she didn't know that she had to write somebody's name. Mercy didn't really say anything. Jackie said every lady, that she didn't trust any lady. The only people she trust was just NK and Venita. So every other lady except NK and Venita. So the next question was, who was the toughest to get along with? Cindy said Esther. Like Esther it wasn't that easy. She didn't really take her time. She didn't really get to know Esther and all that. Then Tacha, because Tacha had this huge wall around her, and it's not easy to get through to her, so Ebuka was not like, is that still the same? She said yeah. So Ebuka was like, okay, it's still the same feeling from that time up till now with Tacha and Esther. She was not like, no, but she's trying to like get to know them better and all that. And Mercy said she's a social butterfly, that she got along with everybody in the house. And Ebuka was like, no, that was not an answer and all that. Diane said, surprisingly, Venita. Yeah, we all saw in the house initially when Venita came in, it wasn't that easy for Diane to get along with her. Tacha said Ella, and Ebuka asked why. She now said because Ella was kind of like not that easy to understand, that maybe if Ella stayed more in the house, should have understood her more. Venita said Tacha, but it's because maybe she didn't try. Venita did not like try to know Tacha more. Ebuka asked, okay, why Tacha? She now said she's this kind of person. She doesn't want like when she's close with somebody and the person is pissed with her, then the person start insulting her or using some kind of words. She knows herself and all that she doesn't want that. So NK said Esther. Ebuka was like, is it still because of the face thing? She said yes, that Esther will be drinking cereal in the kitchen and she'll pass, and Esther will just put her face like that. NK was not like, Anne, calm down now. Try to show me a little love because I'm new here. That she also said Diane, but Diane's own was like lesser than Esther's own. So then I asked the most funniest question: who likes food more? You all know, even in my dream, even if I'm not there and they ask me, I know the answer will be Cindy. And almost all of them wrote Cindy's name. There was even this time that Diane said about something like fried rice. Maybe Cindy was begging Diane fried rice, who knew? And the next question, who gossips more? And Tasha was like, every of the girls gossips except her. Some of them disagreed except NK. NK was like, I'm sorry, Venita was like, are you sure? She said yes. Venita was not like, but when I go out of the house, you said something about me that you never got to say in my face. And Tacha was like, boy, you were not in the house at that time. Whatever I said about you was, it was not like you were in the house with me and I said it behind your back. You were probably watching me say it. Venita was like, boy, you had 6 weeks to tell me. And Tacha was like, boy, you were not there at that time. There was nothing that I said to somebody behind their back that I didn't say to them in front of them. That was what Tacha was saying. And they went back and forth. At the end of the day, Venita said, I rest my case. And Tacha said, you were not in the house. So that was how today's episode came to an end. But as I finished watching, and I said, let me check Instagram, or let me see what is happening. Then I now saw this post by Instablog and it was about Jackye's boyfriend. See what he wrote, people of God. He now said, who is liking the way Tacha really showing how once the hated person can pass negativity and start attracting likes and love from one-time naysayers? Honestly, honestly, don't shut your mind to anyone as you don't know what phase of life they might be in. Pay close attention. You see that everyone got a good side that can supersede the opposite vibe. And Jackie was not taking it. Like, it was not going down well with Jackie. Jackie went under the comment section on Instablog and wrote, that's not my boyfriend. Get your facts right. And she actually went ahead to write on her story. I don't know if she had deleted it now. She said, public service announcement. I am single and it didn't happen today. I wonder how they didn't get the memo. So yeah, that happened between Jackie and her ex-boyfriend. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. But the bottom line here is, when you're having a relationship, have a relationship with somebody that has sense, so that the person will not go outside and go and embarrass you. Okay, guys, don't mind me. Thank you so much for being part of my channel. Surprisingly, I'm feeling a bit sleepy, but yeah, we move. Thank you so very much. And if you're new to my channel, you know what to do. Kindly click on the subscription button, click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Till I come your way again, I remain your girl, Azine Williams. Have a beautiful day ahead. Bye, guys.